Welcome to another live session at the Blunt Lab. I am Al, joined by my brothers Marcus, Matt, and Sean. What's going on, fellas?
Sean's not with us tonight, though.
That's right. Oh, shit. Starting out hot.
We were just talking in our defense. In your defense, Al, we were just talking about him.
Gotta love
Marcus, Matt, and Rick.
I read that we're live too, so there's no cutting that. That's a part
ain't no cutting that.
No, that's a part of the show now.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah. What's going on? I hope,
gentlemen, doctor.
Hey, I just want to start the show off by saying rest in peace to my cousin Daniel.
Yes. R.I.P.
He was battling cancer, didn't win. So just want to say rest in peace to my boy.
To Zach too. Rest in peace to Zach. We lost one to cancer this week as well.
Rest in peace. My condolences to everybody. I know Marcus lost a very close friend as well to cancer.
Yeah. Fucking sucks,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So, let's jump right into it. Matt, I know you didn't see this, but before we go into Hellbound and all that other stuff, there's this other thing. Matt, I'm not going to get this time back. I wasn't going to have you do it so that you didn't lose your life. Basically, like I felt I lost mine watching this shit. But, Survivor Series.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ.
That was my reaction exactly. I'm glad you
All right. Since we're gonna do this. Survivor Series was dope. That's all.
It was great.
Like fucking great. It was dope. Everything I thought it was gonna be. Everybody's like, oh no, The Rock didn't show up. Oh, this person, like, shut up, man.
You know what?
The story was told the right way. The concept of the match itself, the two rings in a cage, some of the spots were fucking crazy, man.
Matt, it was dope.
Put a trash can on herself and flipped off of it.
That was pretty cool. But Matt, it was dope if you were shooting dope.
Oh
my god!
I'm pretty sure anything is at that point.
let me tell you this. Old girl, the little Asian lady jumping off the top of the cage inside of a trash can. Yeah,
why she gotta be the little Asian lady? You can't give her her name.
EO Sky, man. The genius of the sky.
Yeah, all I remember is that she was a little Asian with no butt. The rest of them girls had booties. She had no butt. Her flying off the top of the cage was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal stunt. But when these bitches were going to use chairs against one another,
oh no,
I know you saw what I saw.
That was bad.
Okay, I know you saw what I saw.
That was bad.
Some of the moves, Matt.
That, like the chair shots look so bad.
It was bad. It was
bad.
I've seen kids use chairs with one another way better than these. I don't want to use the word. I don't want to use the these ladies were doing. It was horrible.
Yeah, the chair shots were bad.
Again, what's her name? EO
Sky.
Okay, we'll just call her Sky. When Sky and that was a white girl's name that jumped over the other side, very athletic.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton got a big old butt.
We like it. We love it.
I mean, to be fair, they're all the women in WWE NXT. They all seem to have it at this point.
Well,
the
now
cameraman,
they got the memo. They got the memo. Like,
yeah.
Well, apparently EO Sky didn't get the memo, but I'm sure there's some kind of surgery that could help that out.
I'm saying she brings other things to the table. You know?
With that,
The athleticism.
He does.
You got a few ways other than a surgeon that can get that shit right too.
I'm going to say this. I did not enjoy the entire show, but I did enjoy what's that pale motherfucker with the chops on the side?
But did you watch it and CM Punk?
Sheamus?
Are you talking about Sheamus or CM Punk?
Sheamus?
Yeah, there you go, Sheamus.
Okay.
That was
Fellas!
it made me laugh here and there, you know.
Hey, and you
man.
see the cat he was fighting? That's
But, listen.
Rick and Scott Steiner. That's a Steiner.
Yeah. He looked.
At the end of the day, though, wasn't it not? I get that you're going to say no because it doesn't entertain you. But isn't it more entertaining than what happened with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson 2 weeks ago?
Oh, that's not even a question.
No, I got to see Mike Tyson's cheeks.
That was great. That was before the fight, though.
Nobody needs to see them cheeks.
We didn't really bring that up on the show, but that was great. Like,
and I don't know.
I hope he does come to WWE and fights Logan.
Was that his son that was interviewing him? And
Yes,
him on
it was
cheek?
his son. Like,
but listen, why does
he's like, "I love you," and he reaches over, kisses his son, turns around and walks away, booty all out. Like
why does he even own a pair of pants with the ass out? Like, why is that even in his wardrobe?
That was
The
a jock
fact that he's
strap,
wearing
Marcus.
it. Oh, but I'm saying,
You'll say it
why
looks
does he-
like a jock strap or like a cup or something.
That was a jock
But-
strap, like that has a cup in the front, but it's a jock strap. Like that's why it's cut like that. But he didn't have no drawers on. Like
like,
will give you that. The parts of the ladies, what was it? War. What is it? War what?
it was Survivor
Games?
Series War Games.
There we go. War games.
Yeah.
You know, parts of
it
it
started slow.
were-
It started slow. That's
started
for sure.
terrible.
This
No,
wasn't.
it
This
started
wasn't
terrible.
one of the better monthly enders. Like they're usually. I think this was more of a. This was a storyline builder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure Marcus knows what I'm saying. As in, this was more to like sort of set what's gonna. Let me rephrase. It's going to like determine the tone going into next year when the lineups change. So we're about to have another quote unquote draft where certain wrestlers are going to go to one faction and certain wrestlers are going to go to the other. And in January, it's going to go to Netflix for Raw. So they're going to put certain stars on right now that they feel like are going to be good for the Netflix brand. And let's just be blunt with this. The ones that are willing to go R-rated are going to be the ones that get put over for Raw.
Well, I hope.
Unless they're
I
naked,
hope-
I'm not watching.
I hope and pray that the acting gets better. You know, I don't mind that it's corny. I love, I love corny.
Yeah, it's part of the.
There has to be a level of
John Cena in there.
You see, even John Cena was terrible. Even that nigga was terrible.
Hey, John Cena's pretty good. I mean, as an actor.
As an actor, like John Cena is probably the best wrestler turned actor that they have yet. Only because I just
love
enjoy
John
his shit.
Cena.
I love
Yeah,
John
I
Cena.
love John
Like
Cena.
he's
Him
like
and Batista.
what do you call that? No, he's way better than Batista. But
Look,
he's
it's
not
Batista.
he's not a one show pony like The Rock and Batista and even Hogan are. Like
see, yeah,
John
even
Cena
though Hogan
can kind of run the gambit a little bit.
even though Hogan's a racist, if you're not on the level of Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker,
Oh, the Taker.
Mick Foley was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like even though there was
Did you watch that
Piper?
interview with Taker the other day where he was
Yeah.
talking about
because I feel the same way he does. Look,
exactly
people's politics are going to be people's politics.
exactly.
Yeah.
I still love you. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Yeah,
You made me wrong, but I'm gonna give you a hug.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no bigger truth than that. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're not going to be that kind of talent, Shawn Michaels. Let me not forget Shawn Michaels. Because even though that those guys were talented, man. But what I'm watching now, it's like, fuck, dude. Now look, hey, no knock to EO. Look, I'm half Asian. My ass is flat too. I have no cheeks. I understand what
I
it
don't
is to
lie.
have
You
no
look
booty.
like Mike Tyson.
Hey, dude, I got no cheeks. I look like EO Sky in them
Yo,
booty shorts if I would put on
when
booty
Al
shorts.
had the flat top, he did look like Mike Tyson. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's light skinned Mike right there.
And dude, when I was like 230, I
Al
got like
I was
Tyson.
about to
got
say
the George,
225 pounds, got a flat top, straight up.
but bald headed, they call me George Foreman at 235. They're like, "Hey, you look like little George, nigga." I'm like, all right, whatever. But either way, EO, you're a beautiful lady. I understand that you got no butt, no knock to you. I'm not hating on you. Your stunt was phenomenal. Big booty princess on the other side that did the same stunt, flipped on everybody. Phenomenal. What was her name? Mount Fiji or Big Bad Mama? The champ.
What?
The Latin lady. Oh God, why can't I think of her name? Sorry.
Talking about the
That's a
chick
bitch.
Big girl.
Talking about the chick that's the champ, Naya?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Is that her name?
What did you call her?
I thought it was Mount Fiji or Big Bad
Mount
Mama.
BG.
PG.
I mean, you guys are wrestling fans. Y'all never seen gorgeous ladies in wrestling?
I mean,
Whoa.
damn, I wasn't expecting it though. Sheesh.
My bad. I meant no offense. I'm just saying she stood out, you know, a little bit.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: they're all beautiful women. Don't
Yes,
hate.
yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And old girl too, man. She looked like she got even more in shape.
Who, Rhea?
The one. Rhea's always had a big booty, but the one that shaved the side of her head, that always has the side of her head.
Bailey.
Well, Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey is kind of the DDP of women wrestlers. You know, low key or behind the scenes, if you will. Bailey is kind of like she's the one who's been teaching all these girls how to actually fucking get in the ring.
Now, with all the hate that I'm giving it, I will say this: I like EO's. Is it EO? I like Sky. She's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
What's the other girl that flipped out?
Oh, Tiffany Stratton.
She's like super athletic. Like these girls are like flipping in the cage like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Who's the girl with the long extension?
Blair.
Oh yeah, Bianca.
Super athletic.
Bianca.
Yeah, super athletic.
Bianca.
Yeah, super athletic.
She lives here in Orlando too. Her and her old man. They're
I see a ton of talent there, but again, as a whole, I'm gonna tell you, I was sitting there like, dude, my wife was like, "Why are you watching this?"
Oh shit.
She walked by, she's like, "Why are you watching this?" I looked at her and I was like, "You know what, babe? I make the guys suffer, and I know I do with some of the shit that I make them up." So I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna sit here and suffer, even though I'm losing time and I can't spend time with you. And I'm watching this shit show of a show."
We're talking crazy.
Watch
You're
it
talking
together.
crazy, man. You're just talking crazy now. You're just saying words, bro.
I'm just super fortunate and grateful that I was able. One, I didn't watch it live because I was not going to do that to myself for sure. But I was just grateful that I was able to like hit the fast forward button every now and again.
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
It was good, man. It was fine with me.
I'll let you tell it.
Hey, I appreciate you not liking it though. That's fine. I can accept it.
But I appreciate the women.
I feel you coming around though.
I appreciate all the women on the show. Rhea Ripley.
I appreciate seeing the pictures of them booties.
Yeah. As long as the cameraman's doing his job, you're gonna keep me entertained. Cool.
Oh, the cameraman's on it, bro.
Because dude, even Big Bad Mama, aka Mount Fiji, she's a pretty lady. You know what I'm saying? All them bras are pretty. Keep me entertained. I might watch. You know what I'm saying? I might watch. And again, I mean, no offense. All the women on the show are beautiful. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. As long as the cameraman keeps focusing on the booty and there's stuff that they sell out there. If you're not going to get surgery, just.
I'm saying though, she's
gone shorts up, girl.
She's gone this long without any cheeks.
Or wear smaller shorts. It'll make it look like you got a bigger board. It'll make it look like you got a bigger butt. Wear smaller shorts. If that makes me sound sexist, I apologize. I'm I'm just trying to help.
I
your
don't
booty look
care.
bigger, that's all.
Let the cheeks hang out.
But I'm saying, if you see the ring gear that they wear, like they're not trying to hide it. So
No.
Well, at the same time, though, if you notice, like, let's just be real about it. They wear like these
Lingerie.
leggings. Yeah, they wear leggings though. Like
They have to because it'll be
it's-
rated R if
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
wear the panties. Yeah.
You would see their shit. Like you would totally see their junk if they weren't. But they
We'll
wear
make
this,
it
like,
rated R so I can see him in some panties.
hey, Netflix will be here in January, baby. Let's go.
But I'm gonna say this, man. Some of these positions that like these people be doing in the ring, like, man, I am not cool with having nobody's nuts and balls in my face.
Bro, and they
that's-
act like they
that's just-
embrace it a little bit, though. You notice
Yeah,
that
that's
too,
a
right?
fight. That's a fight. If you're putting your nuts or rubbing your nuts in my face,
I feel like
yeah.
half of them are probably homosexual, Al. Let's just be real. Like stripper.
And no knock, if you're gay and that's your thing, hey, cool. But I'm just saying, like me personally, if I'm a wrestler,
yeah, no, that's
and
what I
you're-
mean. Like,
but some
you're
moves
rubbing
dictate it, though. Some moves,
Yeah, at
like,
that
you
point-
powerbomb somebody, there's gonna be nuts in your face, and that's
Uso
nah,
don't.
man.
Uso
Hey,
don't,
look,
Marcus.
look.
Uso.
We've power bombed. Hey, dude, we've power bombed our nieces and nephews, and at no point have their genitals been in
What
our
I'm saying,
face.
there's ways to do it, but if you're going to
Exactly.
do like the traditional
These
powerbomb,
motherfuckers,
that's gonna be like the
They're
those
straight up-
person's legs are gonna be like on your shoulders. You know?
they're straight up 69, which is super disgusting. Like all that
Since
shit you're
Since
doing.
you say it, like some of those pins are like very sus. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they
There was
stack
one.
them up,
Was it the Sheamus one? One of them dudes, and then with their tidy whities, like the way he had my man's legs pinned. It might have been my man who looks like Kane, like the Spanish version of Kane. What's his name?
oh, you're talking about he's talking about fuck, God
Like
damn it,
Damian Priest.
man. Damian Priest.
Damian
There you go,
Priest
because
was
he looks like he's wearing BDSM shit. My man had his legs pinned to, like he was literally like that's something you do to a chick, dog.
Damian Priest probably is.
Mm.
Well,
On that
hey,
spectrum.
no knock to you
Hey.
fellas if that's what you guys do.
Again, back to the
They nicknamed him the bisexual Undertaker, so
right,
Oh.
bisexual Undertaker. Like,
He looked like a bisexual Kane. They should leave the Undertaker because he's wearing like Matt. He's wearing Kane's colors.
Pretty
He's got
much.
long hair. He's got a tan. The nigga looked like Kane without the mask, just a little smaller.
Hey,
He looked like he could be Kane's
You
bitch.
cannot be
There you
Kane
have
if you like boys.
but I'm saying, to be fair,
Well, you know.
when the Undertaker with Tombstone people, like that was a 69 position. Dick and nuts are in each other's.
I'll have to go
faces.
back, but I kind of don't remember like his face being in people's butt cracks because like in some of
when he
these
had
matches.
them upside down, like they were like 69, especially if they're tall. Like if it's a tall cat, oh yeah, there's gonna be some yeah.
I mean, I kind of would think he was looking down, but didn't have the genitals in his face.
Hey,
See me, I'm defending the Undertaker because I've seen him in person. I've seen his wife; she's hot as hell.
but did he like the nuts in his face?
you
Have
never
you seen
know
their
with some of these
tigers,
dudes.
bro?
You never know.
Have you seen their tigers?
Hey, but don't Diddy got a wife too?
yeah.
Come on,
and
man,
children, and children. Mhm.
Taker,
Mhm.
Taker is a different,
Mhm.
a
There you
different
have
plan.
There you have it.
He's old
man.
school, authentic. But this motherfucker, have you seen his tigers, bro? He has tigers, like pet tigers.
Oh,
Shit, I'd love to have pet tigers.
Tony Montana style, bro.
Like, dude, all I'm saying is Survivor Series, in my personal opinion, I would give it 1.5 out of 5
Oh,
blunts.
jeez.
But
What?
hey,
I'm
EO,
taking this is personal now because I know why you're doing this because my quote unquote racism for all your Korean shows and Twisted Metal, all the shows that I've just taken big shits on. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna get back at this motherfucker. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling personally attacked. But that's okay. I'm not even gonna retaliate, brother. I'm just
little
gonna,
bro, I would never. I'm just giving my honest and humble opinion. It was just pure and absolute trash.
I like that.
Yeah, all I
you know,
gotta
and
say
I-
about the wrestling shit is if you ain't showing ass, I'm gonna pass.
Now I will say, hey Matt, I will say this.
that's fair.
In their defense, when these girls are up in there, there's a lot of ass and cleavage being shown.
Mhm.
Now, once the dudes started wrestling, I was like, okay, this is something Diddy would like.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I have no idea why I'm subjecting myself to this, but I'm like, you know what? Let me watch it because I know my boys are, my brothers are watching it. We're gonna have this discussion. I want to be able to discuss this, but man, fuck.
I was like this. Ew. Ew, Captain.
That's what tequila talk.
Oh man.
Like again, I was super thankful that I could fucking fast forward because I'm like,
Oh man.
look
Y'all are
again,
wild.
whatever dudes do in their on their private time, in their personal life.
Teach their own.
I am an ally to all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I
They work
personally
hard,
don't
Al.
do.
They work hard. Don't hate. They work hard.
I bet they work hard, buddy.
Very hard.
Oh,
Are they working
So
hard or are
hard.
they hard at work?
Oh,
Dude,
dude.
CM
so
Punk.
hard.
both
CM
of them.
Punk is a terrible actor. Not
Bro.
only is he a terrible fighter in real life, but he's a terrible actor in the WWE. He looks old. Why?
I think he is old, but I think the thing with CM Punk though, like since you're gonna go there, the thing with CM Punk is he tries to like his character is I'm gonna be the one wrestler who's me, like authentically me, and the problem is he doesn't have very much personality. So I'm not a big CM Punk fan. I've never thought he was a great fighter or wrestler. He's not charisma.
Yeah.
You brought up like Shawn Michaels. Like so Shawn Michaels technically isn't one of the greatest wrestlers that there are, but his charisma level is here. Then you got the guys whose wrestling skills are very high. Your Benoits, your Malenkos, your guys like that. Kurt Angle,
Bret Hart, yeah.
And even Kurt Angle, his character personality got better once he couldn't really wrestle anymore. Once he got his neck broke the second time,
got to adapt.
His personality got better because he realized I can't weigh in on that. So that said, the guys that have certain levels of personality in wrestling that keep you engaged, that means a lot to me because, like, let's just be frank. As a man, you can't attract me. All right. So I can watch a woman's match and be like, oh, that bitch fine. Or, oh, she got a fat ass. Or I'm enjoying watching these booties get spread out in front of, right? When you don't have that element in the men's fights, right? What you need is that want to see their story drive. And that said, just like any other show, any other soap opera, any of that kind of thing, wrestling keeps me more engaged in the soap opera than things that don't have that sort of violent undertone that wrestling does. So yeah, as a gay as fuck, of course. But so is General Hospital and Days of Our Lives.
Well, yeah. I will say this though, I can get down with the
that shit either.
No Diddy, no homo.
No Diddy.
Because the Usos, they're athletic. I like the way they execute the super kick, if you will. Because some people can't pull it off the way Shawn Michaels did, and they come pretty damn close. Not as good as Shawn Michaels, but pretty damn close.
Their level of excitement is what really pushes the Usos. Like, it's not their skill; it's their ability to engage.
And like when Shawn Michaels would super kick people, that shit was over. Like that was a finish.
Yeah.
Everybody else super kick people. That's just like a move.
And dude, what's his name? Fatu.
Silo and Fatu.
Yeah, my man was an animal, dude.
Bro.
Even after getting like
to be that big to move like that.
And he's like fourth fucking generation to like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those motherfuckers.
Damn, they're all dudes in that last match for family. Like I think all of them except maybe the Tongans, but the rest of them are cousins, brothers, everything.
The furthest one dispatched is Rock, actually. So all the rest of them are really close. The Rock is like they all have the same grandfather as Rock, but the Rock is like how do I say this politically correct? Rock is black, all right? So the Rock has black family on half of him. As where with the rest of them, they're all just Samoan. You know what I mean? So That's why they're all like, even like these guys, if you watch their interviews, like Rock is very displaced from them. They're not really boys. Like the way it looks in that new Fast and Furious, was it 10 when they go and all of them are there? Like Roman Reigns is there and Silu is there and a few of the other ones are there in the movie. I know Al, you're a big Fast and Furious fan, so like you kind
Damn
of
good
see how they
franchise.
treat. You see how they kind of treat Rock when he gets there. But like, well, yeah, man, you're family, but you're not really a family, dog. That's actually how it is. Like he's not really family to them in the same way that the rest of them are. They're all really, really closely connected, and that part of it being true is a good driver for the storyline. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy it. I would go over there and fucking hang with them so quick you don't even know.
I fuck with The Rock.
I fuck with The Rock too, more than I think I would. You know what I mean? Like normally.
Did you say the Fast and the Furious is a damn good franchise?
You damn skippy.
Parts
Two
of
and
it.
three being one of the better ones. Yeah,
That's what I was about to say.
1 through 5? 1 through 5?
Did you like
It's not
Tokyo
through.
Drift?
It's I don't know because
Tokyo Drift was great, bro.
Tokyo Drift
That's
was
the third
not.
one.
But it wasn't
I like
really
that one.
as much as it falls into the Fast and the Furious. It doesn't really. I don't know. Hans and
But it does though.
involved,
If you watch
different.
all of them, 3 is part of it.
Oh, it is, but it doesn't fall
Because
chronologically.
7 is the sequel to 3.
Yeah, it's
If you
between
watch
6
them
and
all,
7
7 is the sequel to 3.
chronologically. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's a different movie. Like, just I don't know how we got on this, but that with the Fast and the Furious stuff.
Yeah.
I like where the Rock went.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he played
too.
a good cop role in a movie for that.
Yeah, he definitely added to the story. That's for sure.
I mean, look at him. He looks like a cop.
Yeah,
he's a cop.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
That's for damn sure.
He really does.
But moving on. Season 2 of Hellbound. Did you get to wrap that up? I know you tried, Matt. That's okay.
I tried. I tried. I really did. I really did.
That's not a good disclaimer. That's not a good way to start off with the show with everyone else. The show was good, guys. Matt was just really tired.
No, it wasn't boring. Don't get that. But I watched the shit at like 1 a.m. Had a couple drinks in me. Couldn't stay up.
The first time I tried to watch the first season, I'll admit it was hard for me to get into it. But I woke up one morning and was like, "Oh, let me watch Hellbound for the show." And because I started watching it at 5 o'clock in the morning, I could not stop until I was done and got through the whole first season, the whole second season, pretty much without stopping.
Yeah, both seasons are 6 episodes apiece, less than an hour each episode. We did review the first season. Everybody gave their piece on that one. Starting off with this first episode, I will start off with what I didn't like off rip. I'm not one who likes change very much, because with change, you get a person's a different take, a different perspective. They changed the main character, which was I don't even want to try to pronounce their name, but he was the chairman.
I thought he looked different. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I figured to you guys, all Asians look alike, so I figured you guys wouldn't be able to tell. But
I thought they all do.
Wow.
I could tell off rip because I'm not racist.
Wow. I thought it was going there.
Because you look like
Wow.
But this particular guy that replaced the original dude, if you remember him, he's in Sweet Home. He's one of the bad guys in Sweet Home. If you watch any other Korean, he's usually a very good bad guy. And he has a very, I want to say, the other guy came off as a religious person, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
This guy does not. This guy comes off as a gangster for the most part. And he kind of went in that direction.
That wasn't that their goal, though, Al? I mean, at the end of the day, that was sort of the premise, was once the original chairman, what's his name, whatever, he got his, I can't even think of his name, Isaki, I don't want to say his name like you just said, I don't want to fuck it up, right? The way that the season sort of ends, he is like, he gets his
He's getting his
proclamation.
upcomings. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's,
Right. So the way that the story is, for those of you that missed our episode where we talked about the first season, let me get you to speed. We discover at the end of the first season that he actually got his proclamation. He got told that he was going to hell 20 years
years ago.
before.
Mm-hmm.
So although it doesn't confirm it, we're sort of led to believe that he was the first person that got it. He was the first person that got told he was going, right? And instead of outwardly telling everyone, hey, I got told this is my day, he used that as a way to inspire people to become more into their faith, right? Word that how you will, okay? The idea behind it is like, you don't know when your number is up, when your time is up, but he knew, and he used that as his inspiration, right? Like, they humbled him out in this season, okay? So yes, they changed who was the chairman, but that character also changed, okay? He went from sort of being this sort of like very deterred hard ass who was like, I don't know, a Jehovah. I probably shouldn't say
he was
this
softer. His character was softer in the first season.
Yes, in the second season. Well, in the first season, he was very Joho about things. Like, either you see what I'm saying, you follow my vibe, or fuck you. And in the second season, he sort of had this like humbleness about him. Like, oh fuck, I didn't know I was going to come back. And not only did I come back, but other people came back. And I like the way that the show sort of changed the tone.
But with this one, you see because the first season ends with old girl coming back.
Right.
She was the first one to come back.
You see that, and that's how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now you go through in the first episode, they go through with him how he comes back and all that he sees. So it goes to ask, like,
I know I didn't
Mm-hmm.
watch much of the second season, but if you're able to pull off and make it work, seeing the perspective of somebody else during all this other shit, if you pull it off right, it works really good.
And he wasn't able to. And when you replace a character, and when you replace people the way they do, because not to go too far off, but take the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When you change Aunt Viv, you got a different Aunt Viv with the light skin chick than you did with the original. So you're gonna get a different take.
But it kind of fits the story, though, right? Because he had died and been resurrected, so it's almost like his character would have to change after experiencing that to a degree.
But if you look at the statue, because I don't want to go, I want to go through each episode. But when you look at his statue, the statue looks like the original character, the original person who had playing it.
Gotcha.
And now to go to how he was acting, but when you've gone and been through hell, your perspective is going to change when you come back.
That's what I was getting at. Like,
and
he spent years, as far as his brain works, he spent years experiencing hell. But
and they did.
I will say, professively, I knew from Jump Street that it was all going to come back to already in hell.
Pretty much.
We all
like it didn't really hide that part of the. I guess that was like the hole in the plot for me, if you call it that. Was like, it was too obvious. It was like Sixth Sense. Like, some people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! Bruce Willis was dead the whole time," and I'm like, "Yeah." 13 minutes into the fucking movie, I knew he was dead. So it changed my whole like mentality on it. And that's kind of what happened with this. Was like I knew he had to be the one who was going to bring everybody's perspective back down. He was the only guy left.
But if you think, not to shoot too far off, but it gets pointed out to why he came back. Because you see, there's a difference between how she was acting, what she's able to see, what she remembers, how she's acting, to how he's acting. Because looking in the mirror, He couldn't even look at himself in the mirror.
No, that was
And then
the
we come to
UMG. That was the heaven
we-
and hell. Yeah.
and we come to find out why.
But like,
Because in truth, you were a coward in life. You were a piece
Yeah.
of shit within. So you come back as a fucking demon. You get to live through everyone's worst moment.
Yeah.
All the time.
Over.
That
and
is your hell.
over.
well, like,
Over
isn't
and
that
over again.
like the decree isn't necessarily a death sentence? Then it's kind of like
No, the decree means that you are hellbound. That's all it
no,
means.
well, like when you come back, when you're resurrected, like he
It's
went
no
that
guarantee.
way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's no guarantee. So you could go what to like quote unquote heaven
Because if you want to
like,
go
if you're
biblical,
giving yourself and shit like that. So
if you want to get religious with it, they're literally telling you that she's Jesus and he's the devil.
I don't know about Jesus because she wasn't a Messiah, but she represented the light of the yin
It's
and
what-
the yang. Yes.
It's what they were trying to portray her as. So
Yeah,
essentially, you have your Jesus and your devil. And in
Yeah.
the Bible, they have to fight. You
that's
know
what I'm
I mean?
saying. Like that's why he came back, and then what he, not to go too far forward, but that's what he turned into though, is because of, like you said, he was a coward in life.
I like how he stopped
And he
giving a
came
fuck.
back.
That was the thing for me. Like the way that he stopped, he didn't care no more. Like he used, like in the first season, his whole dilemma was let's unite, this side of it all. And in this one, he was like, oh, yeah,
Fuck it.
everything that I thought to be true is not really it. So let me use this to my advantage. So it changed the way that he manipulated everyone.
Mm-hmm. But going through everyone's hell literally changed his ass. Now, dude, she went through the second episode. I will give this about the show. The stunts,
Yeah,
some of the
that
fight
car
scenes,
scene. Like,
dude,
that car
where
scene,
she kicks out her windshield
yeah,
to go in through the back of the windshield of the other car, and she fucks these dudes up. Like,
Mhm.
dang,
That was dope.
It
Yeah, that
stepped
was
up
dope.
the game for Korean flicks, period. Like,
pimping.
we give Al shit all the time because he makes us watch these. But when I was watching this, I literally spent the entire time going, man, I'm glad he made me watch this because of those little factors. Like the game just stepped up. Like everything before it.
I want to say her name is Mei-Jin or Mei-Jin. See, I'm fucking it up. But either way, she was a badass.
Mhm.
A straight fucking badass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I know, like, dude, the way these dudes beat up on these chicks on this show, I know equal rights,
loves
equal
it.
fights. But I'm like, that is like the way
Clearly in Korea, they don't look at
they
it that
don't
way.
give a shit, bro.
No, they don't.
Part of the guns.
Yeah.
The guns though too.
Matt,
Like-
there is a scene where you would literally think it's a WWE match the way he's stomping into her fucking ribs.
Yeah, man.
Over
I think it's
and
better
over.
than a WWE match.
But it's real, right?
Like on the show.
No, because they're better fight scenes.
Editing.
Like the way they slap chicks on this show and make it look like it's I'm like, damn, man, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like these chicks don't even have I'm all for defending yourself. Like, let's get that straight. I'm not for just like for what you see on this show. Like that's not how I would do it. If you hit me, I will hit you. That's how dare you, sir. But on this show, the ass whippings these ladies be taking.
I was like, fuck yeah.
You silly motherfucker.
No, they don't care. Like you might as well be a dude. But that goes back to like look, you notice how I thought we were gonna get through the whole series without a gun. I'm like, how the fuck do they not have a gun? Like we're seeing this very leftist approach to like violence in society because they constantly like, how do they get all these pieces of pipe too? Like where do they get this pipe from? I don't understand.
Dude.
But the way they hit those bitches, they don't care, bro. They don't care that they're female.
Oh, not one fucking bit. But I mean, she had a gun with one bullet in it, and the guy that betrayed her had a gun, but for the most part, it was pipes and knives and bats.
That's what I mean. Like, it was very
Fists and feet.
Yeah, like the one scene, I forget who it was, where my man got caught up in the guy that initially found the chairman butt naked in the woods, where he left him in that room, and they just like, you literally would think this was a prison scene, the way they were just stabbing him up in the gut over and over and over.
That was another thing that this show does. Like, for those of you out there who haven't seen it, the kill scenes are on point.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
very Game of Thrones-ish in they don't care who they took out in this show. Like every episode, like you lose somebody that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they killed them all.
I'm glad you mentioned Game of Thrones, because for me, in the third episode, when they were getting homegirl that came back, Park Jun-ja, I can say her name because they say it over and over again. I was like, are they turning this into the Korean Hunger Games? Because, I mean, you see from her dress to the makeup, I'm like, what? I mean, she was still kind of hot when we get her up. Mm-hmm.
Like the whole actually, I'm glad you brought her up too, because the whole Sunshine like storyline between her and her husband and how that plays out, that's very like what would happen here if that shit really went down. Like, it's a very good like indication, or I think a better word would probably be indoctrination. Like, it indoctrinates or indoctors. Is that the right word? It indoctors probably how we would really act. And,
I mean,
and if you get American about it, like, that's a lot of households will be split 50-50.
I'll put it this way. The way I kind of broke it down, Arrowhead, Republicans, New Truth, Democrats, Soto, Independents.
Really?
And the reason why,
I thought it was more like religion.
I mean, think of how in this season the government.
Yeah, God, yes.
Look what the government was doing and how they were trying to wield each faction.
But
each
really,
side,
you think the Arrowheads are right? Because the right is more like, I don't know. The Arrowheads
were out there killing people. The Arrowheads were as to where New Truth, the one with the chairman with the glasses or whatever, they were preaching.
The New Truth is very like Christian-y, fucking, like their beliefs aren't the same system, but it's very Christian, very Republican like.
In real life, it was the Republicans that stepped and stomped into the Capitol and did violent shit and spread shit everywhere.
You're talking about
now, granted,
6. Like, no.
Doesn't matter.
Arrowheads are more like lefties.
When you see what each side is willing to do and how they act things out, that's why I broke it down that way. Everything Arrowhead was doing speaks Republican. Everything New Truth was doing speaks Democrat. But both those sides, Soto was on the side not being taken seriously because nobody takes an independent seriously in real life. They're just jokes. Who votes for an independent? Who supports an independent? No, you either vote right or fucking left. I mean, of course I would too, because some of those guys, some might know what they're saying. But in this one, that's why I broke it down that way. Between the government trying to wield each side, how they wanted to wield each side, what they wanted from each side, how they were trying to achieve by doing because you saw what that what's that? I can't remember her name, but that chick in the government, how she was doing shit for both sides, and then you get the third side to do like
exactly. It completely played out exactly what we are seeing,
and it speaks to mob mentality.
Politics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it speaks to how dangerous mob mentality is. All you need is one dickhead to tell a whole bunch of dickheads, hey, let's run this. Let's do this. I mean, like, dude, both sides. Bunch of fuck-ups. And Soto being the independents, if you will, which is May Jean's, party, they were trying to do good.
They sort of just represented like the whatever the government tells me to do side. versus like this is what I think, and this is how I feel. You know, that's where arrowheads and the truth come in, like that. But Soto was more like exactly like the government. Like this was definitely a day-to-day version of what we're going through in America.
Mhm.
Just very sarcastic, if you will.
Yeah, of course. That's what. But like, oh man, to go back to the violent storyline, they stuck to it. I enjoyed that. As we go into the season finale, you know how with some of these Korean shows, their season finales have been quite disappointing. This one, I will say, was not.
Oh, I know, all the faces showing up and everybody getting their proclamation, their decrees.
And then we find out the real Messiah, if you will, was the baby who came back.
Correct.
She was the first.
That was a big part of it. No, I sat here and looked at dice. I
Spoiler, by the way.
ruined it. Spoiler alert. I looked at dice and I said, I bet the baby just resurrected. I bet the baby actually died. Like I said that to dice. And then you go into the next season and then you learn at the end of the second season that what? The baby actually did burn to death and resurrected.
Mhm.
It was the first resurrection. And I kind of called that when it happened. I was like, I feel like the baby should have died right then. Like it wasn't the love that saved them. That was the Messiah.
Because like with was it the third or fourth episode where they go into the guy's wife leading the arrowhead? Yeah. The half burnt arm, like those fucking psychopaths. Like
that's what I mean. Like that's why when you no, bro, like what the fuck? Like
now is the husband who loves his wife, would you try to get her help or would you leave her? It's crazy, and it's like where there's no right or left. Wherever she went, I don't know where she went. It was not left, it was not right.
That was dedication. That was like I finally like that. What that whole represents is we've gone so long where we have nothing truly to believe in, and she finally found something to believe in. And he wasn't there with her on that, but he cared about her. So his fight and his struggle and his effort was all based on exactly what you're saying, like trying to save her. Meanwhile, there was no saving. She was someone who was lost looking for purpose. And she found it.
Oh, like she found it all right.
In between left or right, she found her purpose. She dedicated her life to her purpose.
She most certainly did. And I believe we're going to be getting to season 3. I want to move on to the Drake. So I'm going to go, well, we won't get your opinion on this, Matt. But I'll go around the board with Rick and Marcus on this one. So, Rick, what do you give it out of 5 blunts?
3.5. If they put out some more stuff, I could probably go higher in a big picture, but I would give it about a 3.5.
You looking forward to the 3rd season? Because I know we're going to get one.
I hope we get a 3rd and 4th season. Yeah, for sure.
Marcus?
I'll probably go 3. It's all right.
It's too Asian for you?
I thought the first season was better, to be fair. This season
it was. I agree.
Really convoluted. I feel like they didn't really explain much of anything. They just added more elements to the story. But I mean, I'm excited to see what the 3rd season holds, and maybe they'll answer some questions. Like I feel like I have more questions after this season than I did after the 1st season.
But isn't that the goal?
I mean, maybe. They didn't answer anything from the 1st season though. They just added more questions on top of it. It's like, okay. I mean, I'm into it. I don't hate it or nothing. I'm just like, yeah, we'll see.
You like it more than Twisted Metal?
Bro, Twisted Metal is the worst show that's ever been made, bro.
Wow.
Season 2 getting ready to drop.
I told you that shit gets like a half a bowl, bro. Like,
you know what? We'll revisit this. We'll revisit this.
Especially with the cast, that really sucks because that cast is awesome, and that show is ass cheeks, Mike Tyson style. Sorry. It's like a Mike Tyson cheeks.
That's Marcus at AOL.com.
If it was Mike Tyson cheeks, then it must be pretty good.
That was the best part of that whole fight.
That's Matt at AOL.com. I give the show about 3.5. I give the show about 3.5 out of 5 blunts. Again, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the 3rd season. I just didn't like the not character change, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But
once season
David
2,
Burns watching from
David
C.
Burns,
Hey,
what up?
thank you. Hey, David
Hey.
Burns. We appreciate you, man. Much love. Much love.
Hey, once the 2nd season of Twisted Metal starts, I will be watching it, but I'm be hate watching it though. I'm only watching it to talk shit. I'm gonna have notes.
You'll be watching it in the same way that Al watched
You know-
Survivor Series last night.
Yeah.
I hope you do. And I want you to take notes because I took notes for this fucking Survivor Series just so I lost 2 hours because I was able to fast forward.
This
2
is
hours.
proving my point. You're proving my point.
So it's
This is
supposed
what
to
I
be
said.
entertainment, Al. You shouldn't be taking fucking notes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out how shitty it was. That's all I'm saying.
You hate.
I was gonna say it's so
because I hate
non-entertaining.
Twisted Metal.
He had to take notes.
Yeah, because once the titties and ass left the screen, because I could remember all that. Once the TNA left the screen, everything else I needed to take note because everything was just fucking forgettable.
Listen,
There you have it.
You're watching this to talk bad about it, just like I do with Twisted Metal. So I know this is a retaliation. That's why I said
I would never
it's all
disrespect
right.
you like that, little brother. I would never disrespect you.
You definitely are, but it's
You definitely
all
will.
right, though. I'm not mad at you though. Wow.
Yeah, well,
Are
you
we
know what?
listening?
You know what, David? As a Giants fan, I am
Number one
not
pick.
disappointed.
Number
Hopefully,
one
we
pick,
get the
yeah.
number 1 pick.
I'm glad you brought
I'm
that up.
super happy. Yeah, I'm super happy that Daniel Jones is gone.
He went from a 2-9 team to a 9-2
9
team.
2. That son of a bitch. He knew what he was doing. He
But
knew
just
what he
like
was
I
doing when he
said,
pranked the Giants.
Let's say
He knew what he was
in the
doing when he
show.
pranked the
If you're
Giants.
gonna get
But-
released, why would you
Right,
go to
anyway.
a Super Bowl contender? Like, why would you go to Minnesota? Like, you're not winning no Super Bowl.
They're not winning a Super Bowl. They might make it to play Detroit, but Detroit is going to take the NFC this year. Period.
Yeah, we'll see that. Now,
Okay.
let's take some time to talk about everybody's favorite rapper, but not mine.
Big ups to Drake.
That man's a Karen, bro. Like, Drake's
Oh,
a
before we
Karen.
go on, hey David, if you're listening,
Crazy.
some of my routes take me to Texas, Houston, Dallas, and so forth. I've had some of the barbecue out there. It's fucking terrible. Do you know a good barbecue place out there in Texas? Please let a brother know. But
Damn.
well, no, because I went to 2 spots out there in the barbecue. They were like, "Oh, this is the best barbecue." So I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go." Garbage. So if you know of a good barbecue place, because I know I'll be going back out there, please let me know because I want to hit that spot up. But so far on the road,
and hit up Rick's house.
South
So
Texas. South Texas.
so far on the road, the best barbecue I've had was in Memphis, Tennessee. Driving through there, we were able to stop to a spot,
Memphis.
and let me tell you, whoo, Lord. But hey, yeah, Drake.
He's a Karen,
Yeah,
bro.
Drake sucks. Yeah,
He's a
Drake
Karen,
sucks.
man.
But-
And
Okay. All right. So are you speaking from a place of opinion on his music and his art? Because that's okay. if you are.
and him as a man.
Okay. And then
Now,
fair enough. That's why I was
if-
asking
if-
where you're coming from.
But
If
as far
in
as
fact-
what though? As far as what?
But Drake,
Him
but
exposing
he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
all of those things may be true. That's what I mean by like
Alleged.
Allegedly, I don't want to be sued.
Okay.
I don't want to be sued.
him expose. It's like a Donald Trump scenario where you may not like the person, you may not dig his art, you may not even like his message, but the fact that he's blowing up the spot on it all to say, hey, look, all right, maybe that track was all right, and you diss me, and he's a Karen for attacking it. The thing that he exposed in that, like draining the swamp, so to speak, right, is to say, hey, look, it's for play out here too. It's not just on the radio. It's paid for play in these fucking streams too. Like, and I'm the first one to tell you, why is AI making me watch this? Why is AI making me listen to this? And is that the case? Is that what happened with you're not like us? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I will say this though: if Drake put out a better diss track, if Drake wasn't a pedophile, if Drake wasn't a dick riding, every NBA game you saw this motherfucker just hugging up on the best player of the best team, laying his face in their chest like he's some little bitch. You know what I'm saying? And now you want to pull a Devin Haney because
Oh my god!
somebody put out a better diss track than you?
I don't think that's what it is, though.
Like,
Hey,
for me, the nigga's a bitch.
I'm gonna say it this way.
Oh, he's
Rick, you might
definitely a
be right.
bitch.
No, Rick, you might be right. Maybe they are paying to play, and maybe what he's saying is right. But like, who gives a shit? That's my thing. Like, does that change the fact that this man called you a pedophile? He clearly won the battle, regardless of how many numbers did what. He won. Why are we even talking about this? You're supposed to be above this. When the fuck have you ever heard of a music or a rap artist suing another rapper because, oh man, you beat me in
you
a
hurt my
battle?
feelings.
I think it's
my butt
happened
hurts.
more than
Like,
you
what?
would know. I think that shit happens
Michael
more
Jackson
than you know.
tried to do the same thing, though. Let's not
Mike's not a
forget
rapper.
that.
Mike don't battle rap.
Regardless,
Drake
throw the
asked
rapper
for it.
out of it. Michael Jackson tried to do the same thing.
Okay, so on
and
the
died
level
shortly
of
after.
on the level of having beef through rap, yes, he's a bitch, and he's a bitch. But big picture, again, I'm going back to this. He exposed something to mainstream, which is pay for play.
But does that change?
Which
his
is what I'm
perception?
pointing out because Michael Jackson tried to do the same thing.
But whose perception of him or this battle or
with
Kendrick
what, though?
changed? Like, what
Because-
perception changed?
Because
from it?
at this point in the game, Drake's persona, his rep matters. You understand? So if it was somebody you didn't know or I never heard of, and Kendrick come out and said some shit like that, right? It's not going to really matter. But to someone like Drake, right? He has a position in it. It's no different than you being like CBS and talking about ABC. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, ABC is Disney's pedolink and they back up Wayfair. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like, okay, that may be true, right? But you got to expect the other side is going to do some shit. And I think that's what's happening with this Drake situation. Drake is like, oh, all right, cool. You know what I don't do? I don't pay for play. You can talk all this shit about me. And again, this is not me defending Drake. I like to look at things from a big picture. Drake, what Drake is doing is exposing the reality of the business. And obviously that wasn't happening before. Look at guys like Dre. Dre's married to a fucking dude.
Yeah, I saw the morph. I saw the morph. But with what's his name, you can expose all that without pulling the Devin Haney.
See, I think because it got legal, that's why. I think that's why we're looking at it from a different perspective.
So if Drake wins this lawsuit and he's like validated, vindicated, does it retroactively change that you lost?
I don't think he cares
perception.
about winning the lawsuit, Marcus. That's the point. The point is he's making it like, oh, you want to bitch me up, I'm bitching you up. And he's making it look like, and this is going to work. It's going to work. He's making it look like Kendrick, you know what I mean? Like paid for that.
No,
right?
I get that. But he's making himself look worse at the same time. It's like, bro,
Is he?
You lost.
Because the people...
We're sitting here talking about this dude as a fucking Karen. Everybody's saying he is a fucking Karen.
But that's the
perception.
That's the point. The people that already thought of him as a Karen are going to still think of him as a Karen. This is going to back up the people that support him. And there's 300 million people that like.
That's fine.
You know,
but there's going to be people that are going to be like, dude, what are you doing?
There's going to be. And here's the thing.
Cares.
Like, that's the thing. Drake is a big enough artist to where you lost clearly and you're still who you are. Like, keep it moving, bro.
Because here's what he's doing. Here's what he's doing.
How did he lose the battle?
What do you mean how he lost it?
How did he lose?
This man got
because Kendrick's rhymes were better.
Himself. No, but he had to come out and say on a record, I don't have sex with kids. What?
That's not. Hey, when you watch his concert, you know the whispering in them little girls' ears will tell you different.
I mean, he act crazy and he does crazy stuff, but I'm just like, I don't think it changes anybody's perception. Like, however you looked at this situation before is how you're gonna look at it going forward. Like
And
I'm pretty
Kendrick's
sure
music-
the
I'm
industry
gonna
is
break
full
it
of
down. I'm gonna
nonsense.
break it down real simple. He makes light-skinned niggas look real soft, and I don't like it.
God.
Okay, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't give a fuck
Al,
what
I
he's
think
trying
you're
to
the same color
expose.
as Drake.
You know what I'm
Drake and
saying? I don't give a
Obama.
fuck.
Drake and
Yeah,
Obama
and he's
got that
making
together.
light-skinned niggas. You see, here's the thing: as a
Making us
light-skinned
look
nigga, you
tender.
gotta fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because people try you. When you got
Making
niggas
us
like
look
Drake
tender.
doing shit like this, that just makes these dark motherfuckers want to try you even more because they think you're fucking soft because of punk ass niggas like Drake. You
Drake
see what I'm
is
saying?
soft.
Light-skinned niggas like me have to fight that much harder because of soft niggas like that. That's my
Yeah,
point.
but Al, you're light skinned in America. Drake is light skinned from Canada, which is like
yeah.
it's
double
even
soft.
worse.
It don't matter.
It's double
You know what I mean?
soft.
Yeah, being Canadian, but still, he's still a light-skinned nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you're making us look soft, dog.
Hey, and to be fair, listen, I listened to some Drake songs over the years. Like Drake is a dope artist. If he would have just stuck to just
Yes.
being an artist, making music, getting chicks, cool. But it's like, bro, you're not a thug. Why are you doing that? That is weird to me. Like you've never lived no thug life, and that's fine. There's nothing to glorify about it. But then once you get checked, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go the legal route. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like,
You know what I'm saying?
Really
Bitch
backing
man.
up. He's backing up what it is that we have built up over all these years.
Oh no,
who
I
Drake
didn't even
is.
think about that. I didn't even think about that.
He's literally
doubling
like
down
fitting
on
his
it.
own description.
He's doubling down, like, oh, y'all think I'm a care? Watch this. Watch this activity. Like, you know what? Right, you're right. I ain't even think about that. Touche.
But I'm glad he's exposing Universal. I'm glad the situation. Let me word it like
Yeah.
that. I'm glad the
You know-
situation is exposing the record
Oh yeah.
companies, like, because we talk about this all the time, don't we, Al?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
the reason that a lot of us that are very musically inclined, when we start to push forward in it, we realize that it's not about whether or not you're good or not. It's more about like what you're willing to go through to get yourself put on. And Drake exemplifies, I'll do whatever I need to do to get myself put on. Like that motherfucker is like literally like the example of what it means
You
to
see-
All
like
I'll say is you ain't seen him tied
So
with
out.
Diddy. So.
he's another Diddy. It's just a
Man,
time
he ain't
period
done
thing.
no shit with
If
Diddy.
Drake comes out 15 years sooner, he's at
Oh.
every single Drake party. Or I mean at every Diddy party. Like,
My
you know what I mean?
niggas
Like
is-
he's that guy. Like
he's still soft.
Diddy's
He's
like
soft.
poison, bro. Like you wouldn't even. I wouldn't even want to.
Yo, Diddy is
I
living the
wouldn't
life
have
in
to-
prison right now.
I'm like,
yo,
He's
dude,
living
he
the
got
life
an
in
apartment in there, bro. You already know.
Man, I don't
dog.
think he's in prison. Have y'all
probably
seen
ain't
them
even
fucking
there,
Photoshop fucking
And-
pictures, bro? Diddy is not in prison.
That's some
Look
close
Diddy-
at them
shit.
fucking
That's
look at
crazy.
them pictures. That is not
Yeah.
Diddy.
That is
Diddy
crazy,
got all the
bro.
man booty he want right now. So
Oh
he is
my
living,
God.
he is in heaven.
I mean,
Like,
to
why
be
would Diddy be
fair-
scared of jail? It sounds like he's
Yeah.
gonna go right where he needs to be.
Like you send him to prison, like it's like a feast for him. Like, oh, that's heaven. That's
Like-
heaven on earth for him. Like, nah, man.
Drake is the same thing though. I think this shit with Kendrick and Drake, it's about something that's gonna happen in the next year and a half, and it's not about them. So like it kind of started over the last 2 weeks with Wayne. All right, so let's take Dwayne Carter, right? Lil Wayne has now officially become a part of this beef, right? Because of the Super Bowl shit, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna watch where this plays out because now Lil Wayne and Kendrick are gonna be rapping about each other in songs. Like it's bigger than Drake. It's bigger than
No,
Kendrick.
No, they're not. They're
And
not.
it's bigger than Wayne. I'm telling you right now, like what has not occurred in rap over in hip hop in general in the last 30 years is like sides, right? Right. It's been like all about we're all together, right?
Mhm.
What you're seeing now is before there was beefs, Nas and Jay, etc. Those things were built up. Even another one, fucking 50 and Jaw. Like
Mhm.
these are very like scripted beefs. And what you're about to see now is the same way that politics has worked for us in the mainstream, is it's going to separate and divide. So you're going to see hip hop create a division where there's a left and a right wing to the bird, like what we see already in politics. Mark my words, That's what you're going to see in hip hop now. It's going to
Here's
start
what
to become a martyr thing.
Here's what I see in the Super Bowl: Lil Wayne, Kendrick,
And Drake all come up
and
together.
Drake, the soft, light-skinned nigga, all perform at the Super Bowl.
Oh man.
Because in today's society, everybody's soft. Everybody, you know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to be.
We won't delve
anyway.
too deep into that. But with the soft as society is today, we're gonna see all three of those motherfuckers on stage in skinny jeans.
I think the NFL
rapping
is
together.
do not like
You
us.
nailed it, Al. You nailed it.
You damn right that he's gonna do not like us.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what this shit is coming to. It's coming to a point where, like, they're throwing it in our face that they're going to use this against us. Like, they're laughing at us right now. They are laughing at all of us right now because of that song.
We can have Drake do that.
Not me, because I don't give a shit about none of it. I ain't listened to
yeah.
one of them diss songs. I didn't give a shit about none of them. It's a fake fucking beef trying to get streams and likes and views. It's all fucking fake. It's all bullshit. I fuck with Kendrick. I fuck with Drake. So
just like Nas and Jay. Just like Nas and Jay back in the day. That was like the prototype for this. They both come out.
The biggest rap beef that was real was Biggie and Pop. And that's because Diddy set them both up.
Those two motherfuckers, you don't really ever see them.
They used to be boys. They used to be boys, and Diddy set them both up.
Yeah,
Diddy killed both Pac and Biggie. So,
hey, to be fair, I don't want to see another rap beef like that because we lost two of the greatest artists ever on some bullshit. So I don't think it ever needs to.
We're talking about two of the greatest ever after.
Both those guys lost their life because they were going to walk away. One, Tupac walked away from Diddy.
That he didn't want to get fucked in the ass.
Two, Biggie was getting ready to walk away. And if you look at
Biggie were about to open up their own record company. They were about to have their own
63 mil. They were about to do it. And as far as like Michael Jackson owned the rights to the Beatles and Elvis. And let's not forget
Prince and Sony.
He was black. And a long time ago, he was one of the first people to call, what's his name? Tony Mateo, whatever the fuck.
Are you talking about Mariah Carey's old husband, Tony Montana?
Oh, is that yeah? Call him the devil.
Yeah, from Virgin. He was the original guy from Virgin.
Michael Jackson.
What dude who killed Whitney Houston?
Yeah, Clyde Davis. Michael Jackson was probably one of the original gangsters in music, and he got killed for it.
Yeah,
it was about that actually.
Prince too. Don't fool yourself.
Prince too. Prince was letting you like. Prince is one of the first people to let me know, as an American, that they were at least. I can't. I don't want to. I'm going off Prince and a couple of things I looked up, that there were at least 12 other black presidents before the half-breed went into office.
Correct.
But
the gay one.
He's not even gay. Like, that's different. Gay means he's into dudes.
He's gay. He's married to a man.
Michael transitioned into a woman. I mean, Michael started off as a man.
All right, so like let's break this down. All right, if you're into dudes, do you want your partner to look like a man or a woman?
Oh, which is why Michael transitioned into a.
There's literally no proof of that, man. I can rock with some conspiracy theories, but then there's some that is just like, come on, man.
What do you mean there's no proof of it? How many pictures you need?
I've
never seen, bro. If y'all talking about that IVF nonsense, like
you never.
No.
You never seen Michael's dick?
I know what that is.
I don't want to see it,
but well, we don't. I don't want to go too far, but I will say this, Marcus. I will say this because I've had this discussion with my younger sisters. Go back to I can't remember what year, but there were at least 2 speeches that Obama did. Okay? In those speeches,
why he gotta be the one though? Why he gotta be the one? Why
he was like, me and my Michael, and then he corrected himself and said, me and Michelle, and then our girl, so Joan Rivers. All right, in an interview. Like when you look at her body language and how she answered that question,
she pulled it out in the interview, and 2 weeks later was dead. Like
she's known for saying outlandish nonsense. Like, come on, what are we doing, man?
It wasn't outlandish nonsense.
But is it outlandish, or did you
we've come to learn that the more outlandish it is, the more truthful it becomes.
I love you guys. I love you guys. Y'all are my brothers.
But you stepping off this? You stepping off this shit?
I'm out of this one. I'm out.
I can't.
I'm checking out. I'm checking out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not. Hey, I might be wrong. And hey, if
You know what?
I find out that I'm wrong, I will come on here and say it. Y'all,
there's plenty of.
I'm gonna dive into it just a little bit before we get into the NFL. She's the man. Those daughters aren't his. I'll send you pictures in the chat later on.
Who's
to show
out
you.
there though? Because they do look.
I'll send you. I'll send.
You have
I'll
to
send. They do not look like the Obamas. I'm gonna send you their parents.
They look like
I'm gonna send you the picture in the chat.
Yes.
All
Oh, AI, it can make anything, bro.
No, this ain't
AI.
AI.
Or AI guys.
These light skinned motherfuckers
That's
roll
what
with
we
the
knew about
Obamas.
AI.
They go with them on vacation every time. Like they've
You
been.
know what?
There's so many pictures of them in the White House.
Rick knows who I'm talking about.
I'm gonna, Hey, look, I told y'all I wasn't even going down this road with y'all. You see, and I'm walking down here with y'all, chopping it up, yapping.
You're stuck,
going.
brother. You ain't going.
You know, let's segue. Let's segue into something. Let's segue into something that you didn't want to ride with me on. It's for Damar Hamlin, football. You know what I mean? He's a clone. All right, but let's talk a little football. All right, let's talk football players. We don't know who the clones are, but we know Damar Hamlin is a fucking clone. But
he might be. That one. I'm close.
That was more about the NFL not wanting to kill somebody on live TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little
I'm
different.
closer with that one because the dude that showed up to the game and like all the weird nonsense, like it's acting kind of crazy. It seems a little bit weird.
So earlier we were discussing Daniel Jones.
Oh.
Hey, dude,
Good
I don't hate you, dude, but good luck.
No, it's not even Daniel Jones though. Like as much as he sucks and you can hate on him, like
David Schoen should be fired.
That's your fucking fallout guy for what the fuck the Giants did. Like,
Yeah.
And the fact that they have Hard Knocks and like we can see all this video and da. Like you clearly can see that was the Giants fuck up right there. Everything to do with it.
No,
But
neighbors.
It was shown.
Neighbors
I
even
saw-
said it.
I saw
It was
somebody
Schoen's fuck up.
online. I saw somebody online sort of point out this point because they keep saying about how Saquon, Derrick Henry, and this other guy, they all just left their teams and they went somewhere and they excelled. But that's sort of the point. Like the Giants needed a lot more than a fucking good running back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Philly needed Saquon because Philly was almost like right there.
Philly has a better
Saquon in
offensive
there.
line. Philly
Yes.
has better receivers. They have
Yes.
more talent. They have a better defense.
Yes.
Granted, the
Better
Giants'
quarterback.
defense is okay, but the Giants, I mean, I don't know. They want to say that they tried to improve the offensive line, but the Giants haven't had a good offensive line since the second Super Bowl that we won.
I watched Hard Knocks, bro.
When you see Schoen didn't give a fuck about Saquon.
He did not.
But you want to pay Daniel Jones because the owner of the Giants, him and I forget who else, they were like, "Yo, we don't want to see Saquon
Buccaneers
leave."
won.
Oh, did they? Yeah, my
They
running
wanted
backs didn't do too
overtime.
well.
Daddy's gonna get that parlay.
I'm gonna need 10%.
Whoa. Slow down.
But the Giants. I hope we get the first pick. Marcus is a Giant fan. Who would you like
Eagles
to see
won.
them draft? Fuck the Eagles.
Do you guys think you're gonna take Sanders? Like, I don't think so. I think
that's the guy.
I think Las Vegas is gonna trade up for him. So that said, I'm putting that out there now.
If we get that number one pick, we ain't trading out of it.
I don't think
we're not gonna win.
I don't think.
Game.
I don't know. The Giants are dumb. They keep doing dumb shit.
Like, look at our schedule. Like, there's not another win in sight. Like, there really isn't. Maybe the Saints. Maybe we could sneak that one in.
Jacksonville's they're tanking at this point. You guys are tanking at this point.
No, for sure. But like some
because I mean, look,
accidentally win. Like the Saints, maybe.
You have the Saints, Baltimore, Atlanta,
Vegas, but Vegas
Indianapolis.
trying to win. Like Vegas almost beat the Chiefs on Black Friday. So
Yeah.
Vegas is actively trying to win games for whatever reason.
Because they're fucking retarded.
Yeah, Jacksonville got their quarterback, so I guess it really wouldn't matter for them. But yeah,
Jacksonville's quarterback got fucking crushed today.
So that
God,
footage
did you
is
see
true.
that?
So that footage is true then.
Yeah.
jeez.
Dude, that was
his first game
unnecessary.
back too.
That was
Dude.
very unnecessary.
They hurt this motherfucker. Like that was bad, dude. That was bad.
But yeah,
Like
I would say
that is
I would want the draft Shador. If
Yeah, I think Shador. I think Shador is going to go to the. I think Shador is going to go whoever gets the number 1 pick.
Mhm.
So if the Giants get it,
I don't know.
they'll probably. I'm telling you, they're going to probably trade out of it because Vegas is going to offer them the farm. Like Vegas is probably going to give them like 3 people and 2 or 3 draft picks to get that first pick because they want Shador. And Shador's made. I mean, well, Dion has made it very clear that they want Vegas or Miami.
But I don't know, man.
And Vegas is the best place for them to go, honestly. But it's going to take years of building.
The Giants have sent their staff to Colorado to their practices.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
I'm saying Dion's opened up the practice for the Giants. Like they've come out and said essentially like that's who we want. So we get the opportunity. I don't see us moving out of it. Like unless Patrick Mahomes is available or Lamar Jackson or somebody like that, they're like, oh, we can go get that guy.
Anybody could have had Lamar last year. So like that's not necessarily the case.
Another one. No, that's another like
it goes back to like I love you guys, but the Giants are dumb right now. Until ownership changes, they're gonna keep making bad decisions. Like
it's shown. It's
shown. It's shown because the Hard Knocks shows you that it's shown.
Exactly. Like you can see the back behind the scenes shit.
When the owner says, "I don't want to see Saquon go,"
he said, "I won't be able to sleep."
Sean's kid even told this dude, "Pay Saquon, draft the Washington, the kid that's playing for Washington, right?"
Yeah, the guy that's playing the Commanders.
Now, to be fair, they did try to move up to go to number 2 or 3. Yeah, that's what they said. But
I don't think, according to Hard Knocks, no.
But I'm saying I don't blame Washington or New England for saying no.
No,
like,
that's
I'm gonna need 3 or 4 first rounders, and it's like I can't do that though. Like we're not a quarterback away to be making a decision like that. Like we were like we just need the 1 quarterback. Fuck it, fuck them picks. Like the Rams used to say, fuck them. If you need it's like, hey, the Rams they needed Stafford, right? They went and got him. Fuck them picks. They got a Super Bowl. It's worth it. We get a quarterback, we still aren't that good. So like the quarterback is just one piece of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. And like I'm with that, man. I think it's shown. I think Daboll is a fine coach. I'd like to see what he could do with a quarterback that he actually wants and that can like run his offense. Not to say that it would be any different, but I'd just like to see it. Sean's decision making and his drafts. Like this recent one was pretty good. But the 3 years or the 2 years prior, like they were terrible. Like the Evan Neal draft pick looks really bad. We were talking about this the other day. The Wan'Dale Robinson over George Pickens. Like that looks really bad.
That's disgusting.
Bad decision making.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how he can survive it, but I feel like it would be a package deal though. Like you fire him both.
Outside of Shador, is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Outside of Shador, what other quarterback? What other quarterback?
Fucking racist.
Would fit the Giants' offense if they fix the offensive line?
Cam from Miami.
Maybe.
I like Cam.
Yeah, he needs a line though. So
that's exactly it.
Every quarterback needs one. What are we talking about?
Every quarterback needs a line, but he doesn't have a good release. Like he has to look at 2, 3.
Okay, everybody said the same about Lamar Jackson, and look at him.
Yeah, it's a broken play. Every time he does anything good. Anytime Baltimore does anything good, it's a broken play. So that's a perfect example.
Point.
I think Shador fits what we currently have on our team better than Cam. I'm like, if you put Cam in a position to where the line protects him, he can throw it with the best of them. Like he can dice anybody.
I hate to say it and soup them up in any kind of fucking way, but the Cowboys. Like if the Cowboys were to get him, they would probably go deep into the playoffs, deeper than they've ever gone with Dak and ever will go with Dak. You know what I mean? Like
offense isn't the problem for the Cowboys, though.
But they
offense
have
has
the
never
kind
been
of
the Cowboys'
offense
problem.
that Sanders needs. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if he goes to somewhere like New York or even like I don't know, there's a few other teams where he could fit okay, but a place like the Giants, the Jets because Aaron's leaving, or even like I don't know, Kyler's probably on his last leg in Arizona, and then of course Vegas is going to go all in to try to get him. All right, understand
Vegas needs a quarterback.
Vegas is setting up to get Sanders. Okay.
Well, if they want Sanders and we have the first pick, they better be giving up like the first pick for the next 5 years.
I think that's what the Giants are doing. They're jockeying to get that position.
I wouldn't want it either. I wouldn't want it. And this whole idea, like, oh, just wait another year and go get Arch Manning. Hell no, because the people that are making those decisions won't be there the next year to make them. So there's no way in hell I'm waiting. And Arch Manning's fine, but okay.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's fine. Like, he's okay.
He's great. It's great.
He's not.
Hey,
that's great.
Yeah.
From what I've seen,
Arch, he does everything. He does everything.
But I'm like, I don't know if Quinn Ewers is starting over him. I mean, I know he was there already and he's young and like the totem pole, whatever. But like, I feel like Arch should have took that job. Not to say that he's not going to be excellent going forward, but
to that example, let's look at Cam Newton being a fucking backup for Tim Tebow and who the fuck excelled in the NFL and who didn't.
Oh,
Cam left the Gators and instantly went and did fucking great, went to the fucking NFL and was a Hall of Fame QB.
Well, that's why Cam Newton had to leave. Yeah, that's why Cam had to leave Florida.
But no, that was an Urban Meyer thing because like anybody with eyeballs could tell that Cam does everything Tebow does and he can actually throw the ball. That was an Urban Meyer thing. I love Tebow. He's my guy. I'm going to stay here. Once he graduates, I'm leaving football because my heart's bad. But then 2 years later, I'm going to come back and coach a different team. Like, that was a different thing. Like, Jalen, like, we talked about Jalen Hurts and Tua. Like, Tua took that damn job from Jalen Hurts. Jalen wasn't bad at Alabama. He wasn't bad at all. Tua came in that championship game, went berserk. He didn't give it back to him. So I'm like, Arch hasn't played games this year, and he's played okay. But as soon as Quinn Ewers is back, he's back to starting. So I don't know. Arch is young. He's only like 19 or something, like 20. He's still like
young as
we need a
young
quarterback now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to wait because we done played that game too many times, and like you draft the wrong quarterback, and then another good class comes out, and you don't have the opportunity to get like. You can't play that game. You got to go and get the guy now.
You don't want to play with Tommy Cutlets next year?
Oh, my goodness. Listen, I love Tommy Cutlets as a backup. Oh, my God. And, like, I want to say this, too, for Giants fans. Like, they're tanking. I can't believe they didn't start Drew Lock. Drew Lock sucks. That's why they didn't start him. He sucks. Tommy Cutlets sucks. But Drew Lock probably sucks a little bit more because he was a second-round pick, and he started a bunch of games. And he looked awful in that game. Granted, the line was not blocking, but some of those.
I don't got time to throw the ball, bro. Like it don't matter.
Like I don't want to use a certain word to describe Locke, but he's a little special up there. Okay, he's a little special.
Is he gonna fall down at the 10-yard line after getting? Never mind. Let me stop.
Hey, y'all ever watch a game and you're looking at like offense? You're like, man, I really wish my team could just have a functional offense just once. Just once, not every game, just once in a while. Can we just throw for like more than 180 yards? Bro, the interception he threw, oh my God, that was a great play. But come on, man, the fumble, come on. His best plays were scrambles. Like you're Daniel Jones light. You're Diet Daniel Jones.
Walmart. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Like, the system is bad.
Like, it's what is happening, man. We could have won that game, and I'm glad we didn't. In fairness, because like Rick said, we make bad decisions. Like, I don't know, a couple of years ago when we could have had the number one pick and was like, oh, let's win our last 3 out of 4. So we can fall out of the top 5.
Motherfucker.
But Daniel got his contract because of that.
Listen, I told y'all at the time.
Listen, for $69 million, I'd probably go to a Diddy party.
We lost Saquon that year.
Whoa, hey.
2 years ago, when they signed Daniel to that contract and franchise Saquon, we lost him. That was when we lost him. He
Well,
played
duh.
the next year, but it was over. And that was the decision I didn't understand. It's like Daniel Jones threw 15 touchdowns. Oh, he won a playoff game. Great. Do it again. I'll franchise tag you and do it again.
And Saquon still was like, it's all good. I still want to be here, and they still fucking stuck it in him. Like,
I mean,
Saquon got it worse than anybody at a Diddy party.
And
like,
this dude's
I know
gonna
it's a
win.
business.
He's gonna break
at the end of the day.
records. Like, oh my god,
you know what I'm saying? Rushing records. But again, he has a better offensive line. But again, look.
Go Birds.
You know, I'm gonna be Christian about that, fella. I'm gonna be Christian about this.
We're getting the views, so we ain't talking shit.
We're talking about that push.
We love you. We still love you, bro. You know, like the Undertaker said, even though you're wrong, I still love you.
I can kind of understand like the Jets fans at this point. These last 10 years, I get it. I understand it now. Like what they felt their whole like existence. That's what we are. We are a joke, bro.
As a Dolphin
Here's
fan,
the
I
thing.
love what you're saying right now.
Bro. We're the New York
The
Browns.
Jets
We're the
should
worst,
basically move to another city. They shouldn't be. I mean,
We
the
should
fact
too.
that they call themselves in New York. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, like, look, is it?
But don't they both play there in Meadowlands in Jersey?
One of them got to go, and the Jets suck worse. So
Yeah,
they
they
need to
suck.
go.
They both gotta go.
Whoa,
That's true.
Whoa.
Thank
Thank you,
come
Jackson.
on, man.
One.
No, don't say that.
That's fucked
You know
up,
what,
man.
though?
Yeah,
you know
really,
what? You're welcome.
Listen,
you know, you're welcome.
Real talk.
You're welcome.
Real talk. You take
Hey,
Saquon
Giants
out of the
fans.
equation, Philly probably doesn't even make the playoffs this year.
No,
he
that's
has
true.
definitely stepped them up the last 5 games.
And you know what? The fact my wife watched that episode of Hard Knocks when Sean was making those decisions. She was like, "Look, as long as Kansas City isn't in the Super Bowl and it's Philly, she's like, I'm rooting for Philly." I was like, "Well, you know, as Giants fans, that's disrespectful. You can't do that in this house." She's like, "Babe,
Yeah, you can.
She's like, I love Saquon, and the Giants didn't love Saquon, so she's like, fuck the Giants. I'm riding with the fucking E. She's like, as long as Patrick Mahomes isn't in the game, she's riding with Saquon.
I'm
you know
rooting
what?
for
The Giants,
Saquon,
fuck
man.
the Chiefs, fuck the Eagles, fuck all of them.
Wow.
I'm rooting for Saquon to do well, man. Like I'm still a fan of his. It's not his fault he's not there. It's like we fucked that up. So
do you enjoy watching Saquon? Because like, look, I can say this because I'm not.
It's
That's not
bittersweet.
I don't gotta stick in the fight, so to speak. I'm enjoying watching Saquon in Philly.
Yeah. No, I'm loving it.
Yeah, because he has talent around him, so
we
he's
had
able
that.
to do well.
Of course.
I remember his first game and like that 60-yard run against Jacksonville, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what is this?
We're gonna win the Super Bowl."
Like
That's
this.
what I said. I said we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Those
we
are my
won
words.
like 3 games, but it's like, you know what? We got a piece though. That's the thing. If Saquon was like 33 years old, bet. All right. If he was Zeke's not even that old, but if he looked like Zeke looks, okay, that's one thing. This dude is still phenomenal. He looks even better. He's like even better
because he has an offensive line to run behind.
That scenario right there is gonna be detrimental to a lot of NFL players. Like that whole situation right there just backs up the whole point that we say all the time. Good players get lost in bad systems.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this because I know you guys are calling for Detroit to be in the championship game.
Detroit's
if they
killing
don't
right
get
now.
healthy, watch out for Minnesota, man. Watch out for Minnesota.
Oh, watch them.
Detroit's already showed you they have Minnesota's number. Like, I don't know what you mean by that.
Wait till it gets later on. But
Hey, Green Bay's not out of it either, bro. As long as Jordan Love don't Brett Favre.
Detroit last year won like 6 games by less than 5 points, like where they just skimmed away. Like they're blowing motherfuckers out this year.
Yeah,
if you take out the last 2 weeks, Detroit, there's nobody playing better than them.
Dude, they're 2 running backs. You can literally start them.
Dave Montgomery.
Anything.
Like fucking hey, bro. Like real talk. Like Detroit right now is the team to beat, as far as I'm concerned. Outside looking in, there isn't a better team playing right now consistently in the league. Name them. Yeah. Tell me who they are.
It's probably them.
Kansas City.
No way.
Detroit's
The
won, like,
record,
10
the
City's
record
games.
don't mean
garbage.
shit.
Kansas City's
Whoa.
fucking garbage.
Kansas City.
They're
has
winning games by
barely
3
won
fucking
most of their
points.
games.
They almost lost to the fucking
Yes.
Raiders the other
Like
night.
they've
What are we
literally
talking
gotten
about?
bailed out by the refs and by stupid calls every
No, I
week,
think y'all-
and that's what
y'all
I'm getting
are.
at. Like Detroit is blowing motherfuckers out.
But this is the
Kansas
thing,
City is
though.
not
Kansas
blowing
City-
motherfuckers out.
Kansas
know.
City is winning these games with backups, essentially.
But hey,
With
I don't know if y'all
nobody.
remember.
I don't want to
essentially.
hear that.
Do y'all remember last season? Kansas City lost like 4 out of 5 towards the end of the season. They backed into the playoffs and destroyed right through it. Now they didn't destroy
Everybody.
anybody, but they won. Like even the Baltimore game was close. Baltimore never had a shot to win.
They
that
got-
game. 'Cause
Yeah, they
stopped
got
running the
bailed
ball.
out by the refs. Exactly.
I'm saying Baltimore forgot that they run the ball.
Hater.
We'll have this
Same thing.
conversation in a couple weeks when the Bills beat them again in the
Hater.
playoffs. How's that?
Hey,
sound?
look.
No, the Bills.
same-
Now be careful. The
Josh
Bills,
Allen's gonna let his nuts hang again. He's gonna
I
fuck
can't.
You
Kansas
know,
City.
I love
this
Josh
boy.
Allen. Until Buffalo wins in the playoffs, I will never.
Yeah.
believe them.
Yeah,
I
me
will
too.
never
Buffalo
But I will
wins
say
in
this.
the playoffs.
They
They just
lost
keep
in
losing to
13.
fucking Patrick.
13 seconds, man. If you get Patrick anytime with that ball, it's over. And I think
Mhm.
Josh
But
Allen knows
the
I'm
way
going to
that-
have to win
The
by
way
2.
that Buffalo,
Damn, is
the
it
way that
Krispy Kreme
Buffalo
in here? Because I'm
handled,
seeing a lot of glazing.
the way that Buffalo
What's
handled Kansas City a couple of weeks ago should be a
Yeah.
pretty strong indicator of how the AFC, the playoffs are going to go in the AFC. Like,
Yeah.
watch
No,
out.
they always beat them. No, they always
Yeah,
beat them in the,
yeah.
in the
Josh,
regular
like
season.
like Matt just said, like arrogantly said, right now Josh has his nuts like in a wheelbarrow, like straight up fucking Stan Marsh shit.
No, but
like
that's
this
true,
mother.
though.
Okay, Micah.
There you go,
Come
baby
on.
girl. There you go. Let them know. They
It's
just
no
hating on
hate.
Kansas City. They just hating on
No, you
Kansas
guys-
City.
No, I'm not
I
a
don't even like
hater.
how they're
I'm not
taking
a hater.
Tay
They're
off
just
the
not
show.
a hater.
Like
No,
they didn't even
y'all
show
are-
her the other night until like the end of the game. You saw that? I thought she wasn't
How
there.
much money did Taylor Swift pay the NFL to he'll keep having the Chiefs run the show?
Oh
Let me
my
hear
It's
that.
like
god!
this though.
No, a couple years ago, Buffalo beat Kansas City down. They beat them with like 14 or 20, and then they lost in the playoffs. They lost in the playoffs the year after.
Look,
the year after that, they
Patrick
lost.
knows how to
until they
win
do
in
it.
crucial moments.
Yeah,
Yes, he
until
does.
they do it in the playoffs, I'm gonna say Buffalo can't win. Until I
And
see
let's
them
not
do it.
forget. And let's not forget.
They're just playing better
New
ball
England
this year.
Patriots got the same hate that Patrick and the Chiefs are getting now. You want to know
Yes.
why?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they're winning. When
Three
they're
are-
winning, all the
Golden State.
losers hate the winners. Now, look, as a Giants fan, I feel like a loser because the Giants are fucking losers.
Yeah, we
All right.
we are losing.
But
we're the
I'm not-
definition of it.
But I'm not going to hate on what the Chiefs are doing. Great
Mhm.
coach, great
Micah,
quarterback.
Micah,
was
cover
a
your
bunch of
ears for a
backups.
second. Ow, ow, ow. If you're held hostage, blink twice.
Dude, I'm gonna say just like my wife said. I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan.
Yeah.
When he's gone from the Chiefs, when Andy Reid is gone from the Chiefs, I have nothing to do with the Chiefs. How dare you, sir?
Oh my god!
How dare you?
I mean, that's
You
what I'm
son
saying,
of-
bro.
Just blink twice.
ain't-
Just blink twice.
No glazing or nothing. Just to be fair, Kansas City has looked worse and won Super Bowls.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
get healthy. I don't know. Like if they get,
Hey,
they
it's
got
gonna-
Pacheco
you
back.
know what? I'm just gonna call it right now. Minnesota, Kansas City, Super Bowl.
On
In
that
your
note,
face.
Oh no, I can't say
wow,
Minnesota.
Minnesota, they're not getting past Detroit. On that
No.
note, who are you calling for?
I'll bet you
Who are
on
you
the
calling? Who's going to be in our Super Bowl?
It's gonna be me, fella.
I
All right?
thought I
It's
was.
gonna be
at
me.
It's
one
gonna be
point.
me. It's gonna be me.
You're already eliminated, Matt. I'm sorry.
not
I
even-
love it.
Hey, if I make the playoffs, I don't think I'm making it out the first round because I feel like my team has just completely shit the bed every week. If somebody's shit,
Marcus, I
Cooper
beat
Kupp
you.
got
You're
You
four
ain't
number
doing
points.
two.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. I got 4 points from Cooper Kupp, bro. Cooper Kupp. What
Bro,
is that?
bro. I got
Don't say
3
anything,
points
Alan.
from Blackshear.
Don't you say nothing. Don't you say anything because you
I
got
got
the
2
dub.
points.
You got the
I got
dub.
2
You get
points.
to talk. This is my time now. You don't get to speak words, okay, sir?
I'm dead.
You got the win, bro. And I'm reeling right now.
I fought for this win, okay? After our gentleman's agreement in our first meeting, All right, fella. You cheated me. You cheated me. All right. You pulled a Rick. You put your special teamers in after we had a gentleman's agreement. Right? I took all my I took all. You knew. You knew.
I didn't know
Okay.
that's what he did.
I know how
I
you
didn't know
light
that's
skinned
what he
niggas
Why'd you
work.
have to
I know
drop
how
that
you
Rick
light
word in
skinned
there,
niggas
though?
work.
That's fucked up. I'm just beating y'all's ass this year. That's it. I'm playing the game, right? Don't hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be me and you, Rick. It's gonna be me and you. Right? I
Yeah.
want my rematch. I want my
rematch.
It's gonna be me and you. And you know what's gonna happen? Your special
I was-
teamers, they're all gonna suffer a herpes infection that day, and they're not gonna be able to play. How you
How do y'all
doing?
think the
Welcome.
season is gonna go though? How do y'all think the seeds are gonna fall? Rick, you got the number one. Well, who's 2 and 3 and 4 though?
Yeah, well, that's the crazy part is 2, 3, 4, and
I'm going
5 are
last.
like all up in like this week is gonna determine a lot. This week's gonna play a big part of it. Like you're gonna lose this week.
Yes,
And I love
I've
you,
lost.
but you're gonna lose.
No, I've lost. Yeah, I've lost this week.
So that's gonna make Al's position a little bit better. It's also, I don't know, Cliffy, you and Al are kind of like the toss up for that.
Mhm.
So it's all about what happens this week, like what happens tonight and tomorrow. And I haven't been looking at it, but how it goes tonight and tomorrow is going to have a big impact on it because who plays who in those 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of our playoffs, is going to be a big. Listen, it can change everything.
But for now, Marcus, little bro, I just want to quote one of my favorite Van Damme movies and say, "You lose, American asshole." All right, I win. Okay, I win.
Hey, you know
Victory is
you know why I
mine.
messed up? That's why I messed up. Rick, when me and you played a couple weeks ago, I got real cute. I was like, I'm gonna go get KC's defense because they've been so good. I'm gonna drop Minnesota's defense and the return man that I had because I'm like, oh, I got these other guys. This is gonna be it, bro. Had I kept those two in, it's a different conversation. No, not me. This week they got me negative points last week, and I still kept them in here. And then this week, I'm like,
I
McCall
don't
Harbin's
really
get at
feel
least
bad.
one return, right? McCall Harbin, they're playing the freaking Raiders. The Raiders suck. They're gonna punt the ball. Oh no. The Raiders are moving up and down the field on them. They ain't scoring, but they're moving up and down the field. I'm like,
I called Matt the other day and I was like, listen, man, I know you're out of this, but you still got to keep playing. Like, what happens these next 3 weeks matter.
Matt, I think you should release CD Lamb, bro. I don't know if you watched the game.
Too late,
He's
dog.
not even playing.
Too late, bro. Too late, bro.
It don't matter.
No.
Go ahead and get CD. He ain't shit. They will not throw him the ball. They will not throw him the ball.
The last couple of weeks too. Like every time he comes off the field,
They
he's
will
fucking
not throw him the ball.
Yeah,
like
Cooper Rush hates him, bro.
I can't even feel bad. I can't even feel bad because like I
can
know
tell
he's
you.
like legit.
I can tell you what it is, dog. CD Lamb fuck Cooper Rush's chick. There you have it. You heard it here first.
No, they're giving Rico the ball every fucking play. That's the problem.
Hey,
they will not throw the ball. They are
week,
running the ball every fucking play.
Rico won me $30. Rico won me $30 on the parlay last week.
Devontae Turpin, as good as he is, nope, never. I'm done. Every week I start him, he gets me nothing. The week I bench him, 46, 54. Oh,
of course,
great. So when I start him, he's like, I don't want to play that hard today, fella.
Marcus, this
negative
season,
yards.
This season is all about the gamble. I'm telling you, this season is all about the gamble. Which special teams is going to get you a good punt return? And that's what I played on every week.
This fool against us, our 2 and 10 selves, he had negative return yards. How is that possible? What is happening, bro?
I would say I feel your pain, but since I won this week, I don't feel anything right now except for,
I did voodoo. I did
joy.
Voodoo.
You know what, Al? I was my brother. I love you. You better hope it ain't me and you in the first round. I hope it ain't us. But I hope it's not us, bro. You better hope I don't make it.
Little bro, we need to stop the light skin on light skin violence.
No. You just
I know I don't want Cliffy the first week.
You just shot my head off. What are you talking about violence? You just literally put the shotty to my face and pulled right in there. Pause.
We're even. 1-1. 1-1. But Rick, I want my rematch.
This is pivotal, bro. We could have had this any other time. This is the week that I needed. I needed this week. I know you needed it too, so I can't just be like, "Oh, it's on
That's
me."
right.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Oh, I've been
I hate
scared as
fantasy
fuck.
football.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm scared as fuck about the playoffs because I'm the first one to tell you, like, the guys that go through the whole regular season kicking ass are the ones who in the playoffs
Fade
end up
away.
losing their ass. So I'm a little nervous, but I have listen, y'all. After the second week, I have had a different lineup every single week. I haven't played with the same guys every week, and this is the first year I ever did that.
Mhm.
And
We've had to with this format. So
I came out of the draft projected number 1, and every single week no one has pushed me to 2 or less. Like it hasn't happened. And I strongly put that on. I pay attention to each week, and I don't care what happened last week. And this is the first year that I've taken that mentality, and this is my best year ever.
Yeah, Astros did the same thing a couple years ago.
cheated.
Oh
I mean,
yeah. I seen Pat McAfee
That's a legend.
talking about it.
I
though.
can't see your guys'
It's
play
like-
calling. I don't make
That's-
your choices for you, man.
It's like an ESPN thing or something. They really did. They changed the format. Like Pat McAfee and they were talking about it too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
what they did, long story
freaking
short, they reduced the point so that everyone's out there aware. We use the ESPN format for our fantasy. And we've always played a points per yard point tally, right? The only thing that's different about our league is we play with an extra quarterback. So we have 2 starting quarterbacks, and we have an extra receiver. So we have 3 receivers. Otherwise, our league is about the same as any other PPR. That said, this year they changed things. They reduced the points that both the quarterbacks get because let's face it, like when you go from 6 points to 4 points for a touchdown, that's a significant difference. Like
Mhm.
our main like leaders every year in points are our quarterbacks. Well, that was
That's
taken
not
away.
the problem.
I'm not done
QBs
yet.
aren't the problem.
I'm not
It's
done
the
yet.
returns on punts.
So they took the quarterback's points and reduced them. They took the receivers' points and reduced them. And we always played where you got 0.4 points per yard on a punt return. Okay. They took that away. Instead of being 0.4 yards or 0.4 points per yard, they made it to where it's 1 point per yard on punt returns. So your punt return offensive players and your defensive team that you pick, right? Their punt returns all count a point per yard. Doesn't sound like that much of a difference, right? But it is. It's very significant. We were getting less than a half a point before, and now we're getting a whole point per yard. So this year's points have been basically based on punt returners in the defensive squads. Let's be honest about it. And receivers at the end of the day, but only receivers that play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we'll
What's his
talk
name
more
was?
about that.
The Lions, the Khalif Raymond had like 200 points in the game because he ran like 2 punts back.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
The Detroit defense one week got like 200 points because between what they did on defense and the punt returns, they had like 2 50-plus yard punt returns. So they had over 100 points in punt returns. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Insane.
But again, we're all playing the same game in the same league, right?
Mhm.
And again, like I
No,
said, I have changed my starting lineup every week, and I base it on. I'll give the formula right now. I have based it on what punt returners
too
are
late
playing
for that.
shitty special teams. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I've been looking for too. But you hog them up before I can get to them, Rick.
You gotta do some soul searching.
You know what you did, buddy. You know what you
My
did.
longest
What did I
losing streak,
do?
man. 2 in a row. Gotta do some soul searching, man. Somebody's getting fired on my staff.
What happened was Cliff drafted Tyreek, and he ruined everything for both the Dolphins season and all of y'all because it just made me mad.
Cliff, you're the blame for the cheating in this year's fantasy.
Well, on that note, I want to wrap things up. I want to thank our buddy from Texas.
Yeah.
And then our
Thank
buddy,
you for the
I believe
comments,
it's Hugh
sir.
or Huey. Yes.
Appreciate the views.
subscribe, share. Hellbound, that is on Netflix. If you guys want to check that out? It's a great. So signing off. And Rick, not Sean.